So good morning to all the participants. And today we all know that Valentine's Day, the world popular day for all the teenagers and also the early adults. So they are all aspiring to have their spouses or aspiring to be a lover or searching for their soulmates. This is how the world celebrates this day. On this name, across the world, crores of dollars business is being done on this, the most popular feeling between the a boy and girl emotion. So today we are going to talk about it, discuss about it, and I wish that anybody, whatever the doubts you have, please post in the chat box. And before starting the session, already we given the webinar rules that don't try to unmute yourself. If at all in the question answer session, if you believe that you would need to really talk, then your query is not answered in the chat box, then definitely we'll unmute you. Then you can definitely talk about it. I once again mute all, and then I'll come back to you. Yeah. Yes. So now I am sharing the PPT. And before I am presenting my presentation, I would like to tell you that whatever I am presenting here, they are not my opinions. They are absolutely designed based on the research results which has been done by more number of people across the globe. Of course, in India, much research was not been done on teenage love or opposite its love. So we have taken majority of the research results from the abroad in the Europe and West. So these are all, once again, I'm reiterating, they are not my opinions. Sometimes my opinions may combine with the research results, but they are not my opinions. So with the, please go through the session with the non-judgmental, with open mind, no evaluation and no branding, and just with open and just listen and understand. Then later part, definitely we can have good time to talk. I'll try to clarify all the doubts, whatever you posed at me, because it is also a learning process for me. So I can learn from your questions, and you can also learn from my presentation, the theories and research results which are presented and published in the all international journals. So in that process, there are few psychologists, professionals who are continuously working on this love and teenage love. So one is, well, this fellow, Hendricks. There's another fellow, professor, we call it as a Stenberg, and also Buss and Buss, and also this Hendrick and Hendrick, and Herschel. And these are the most popular psychologists who they are, by profession, they are practicing as psychologists. Some of them are the professors in universities. Some of them are medical practitioners. So combining all these theories, I'd like to bring it to your notice. So be open to understand and take it. And wherever you get doubts, please note down and post it in the chat box. Later, definitely we can review it. So Hendricks in 1988, he proposed that there is a theory, imago theory. He says that individuals are unconsciously attracted to the partners who encompass their caregivers' positive and negative traits in an attempt to resolve unmet needs from childhood. This we call it as a phenomenon of attraction. It means a boy and girl who have the influence of their parents from the positive and negative things, and there are certain unmet psychological needs are endombed in the brain of the individuals, and in the search of fulfilling that unmet psychological needs, they try to attract the other person who can come and they fulfill the need which is experiencing. So that process, he says that this is a theory of love, that is imago theory by Hendricks in 1988. These are the theories basically, now in India or in all Asian countries, most conventional Asian countries, if you can see, if you can talk about the Vietnam, you can talk about the Philippines, you can talk about the Indonesia, you can talk about the Japan. See, these are all countries, they are considered to be Indian background as a conventional countries. The process of living also will be more conventional, though they practice all the Western instruments to lead their life better, but still the parenting and the style of living will be similar to the Indian culture. So in this case, now the generation who born after 2000 or after 1995, around 1995, we call them as a millennials, and after 2000 we call them as a post-millennials. So these post-millennials and millennials have separate features because they always carry a mobile phone. You know, without mobile phone, they cannot really survive. Their life is become, very, very dependent on the internet, and their lives totally on the virtual platform. They love to be more on the virtual platform than the real. They cannot really feel comfortable traveling for distances to buy anything, to do anything, or to convey anything, but they really love to be in the virtual world, and they start sharing. And unfortunately, for the past 2 years, we are all suffering. World is suffering because of the corona. Corona suffer the influence, maybe get affected by the lakhs of people, but crores of people are influenced because of the corona's dynamics. Because all the countries went to the lockdown, all the countries were really cut shorted all the jobs, and the financial crisis was there, emotional disturbance was there. All people really starved for the food for majority of the times. So these are all things are affected because of the corona. Apart from that, corona also taught us how to live the minimal things. They also taught that these millennials, post-millennials could see that the most loved people could die in the family, but still they could resilient to go ahead in the into the future. So these are the lessons we could learn from the corona pandemic. And these post-millennials are, majority of them are very confident and also very ambitious and achievement oriented. And they are very, very confident. They don't feel any shy to tell that what is your goal. They come out and say that the goal is to earn big money, have luxury life, and to lead comfortably, enjoyable life. They say. So majority of the post-millennials, not only in India, I'm talking about all the South Asian countries. The countries where I visited, my job is whenever I went there to give my research results and presentations, then I took the off from the consultations. One day I'll spend only two things. One is interacting with the families, teenagers and the adulthood, and also elders in the family is one part. Second is I go and talk to the farmers. These are my passionate works I do wherever I go to the country. So for the past these 4-5 years, I visited 7-8 countries, and then I took all the data from them. Then based on that, I really prepared my presentation, and I'm talking to you, all of you also. And they also high expectations of the employers also. When we were young, like this 23, 24, we never had guts to ask the employer when you go to interview that what salary you are going to give, what comfort you are going to give to me, what kind of arrangements you are making to me, what is the volume of your company. We never ask, we never dare, and we really don't know also. But now these post-millennials are very confident, and they don't want to keep their life in the risky. So therefore, they ask the employer how much you are paying, what is a promotion policy, how you are taking any cab facilities are there or not, what is security system you are doing it, how much salary hike you are going to give as year passes, what is the turnover. These are all things are really asked by the post-millennials to the employer. That is the standard of living of the style of the post-millennials. So regarding teenage love, we have been campaigning for the past 15 years regarding this issue. See, there are a lot of young people who really participated in this. We have been doing this almost 17 years every day, except these 2 years we left out because of the pandemic, and all colleges also closed, and also whole the world and country also suffering with the grief of the loss which incurred. So we stopped over the past 2 years, but we are trying to do on the online. We have done few seminars. Otherwise, every year we used to reach out at least to 50 colleges in a month. Every day, at least two colleges we used to visit and interact. And more than every year, of course, around 10,000, 20,000 students we used to address this issue and given the scientific results about the teenage love. It was really very fantastic and enjoying process. See, there are some of the experience when we started talking about it, that boy and girl were in love. Suddenly, one fine morning, the girl got married without any information to the boy, and boy is totally in depression. This is a case study. Please bear with me. My throat has become a little sore. I was talking to a guy, but now I have become addicted to the phone. How to come out of a girl's agony? See, these are all experiences. I got it. I'm fortunate to, have this kind of experiences, that when somebody really goes into depression, somebody have a breakup in the relationship, my number is available to many people, lakhs of people in 2 Telugu states and some of the other countries also. They call me or they mail me, they WhatsApp me and start sharing their agony. So first I could make the relationship with one girl just for the sake of prestige, but now I don't like how to come out of it's a boy, then the boy is in depression because of this conflict. And the girl boy in relationship, and girl got pregnancy, and when she took a blood test, she reveals that she has HIV. And also later part, they could come to know that boy is already married, and he got 2 kids. So this is the status of relationships which are undergoing, and we have seen many case studies also in the many TV news which are really bothering us every alternate day. And boy was asking a girl to accept his love for 2 years. Then one day, girl is accepted because the girl says that boy, because boy waited for many days, maybe that is a true love. And the girl joined in the same college. A boy thought his love is true love. See, these are the majority of the teenagers. They assume, jump into the conclusions, and this is the love. But pretty well, this is a very toxic love, and also this love, different people in the society perceive it in different way. So we have classified, and also we have studied in a lot of material, and we made it into bullets so that it become easy for you to understand. So love understood by the poets. They wrote many stories, many novels, many movies, and it has become very, very hype they given for a boy and girl private relationship. So before the scientific studies started understanding about the love, poets and the writers made it very big in the lives of the people. So they've written poems, stories, novels, greeting cards, songs, music albums, whatnot. Every possible communication they have taken up, and they've filled up the world with all this hyper information about the boy and girl relationship. This is how the poets looks at the love between the boy and girl. And how these business people will see, business people will catch this emotion, and they could understand that in the earliest of 18th century itself, then they started thinking how to make the money, how to make this into a commercial product. Then because of that, they started making that it is a very good, they prepared good greeting cards, they made beautiful songs and music, and also make musics, albums and gifts. Every part of that really converted into a business, and they prepare the textbooks, novels, and then they started selling in the name of the love. And how Indian parents look at this love? There is some changes are happening in other South Asian countries, but in India, the parents, if they look at that, it is a terrorist activity. Children do this to make the parents suffer and to defy them, and they think that their kids are very, very innocent. They just copy the others, and they think that their children, they cheated them and they deceived. They trusted a lot, but they deceived them. And they have, because they have a lot of time, they don't know what to do. So we given a lot of freedom, and they went and they started loving somebody. And they also think that their child is very innocent. Other person may trap for their property, for their money, for their beauty, for their blah blah, all the things the parents will think. This is, they also afraid. I I spoke individuals and their parents in this 20 years of my interaction, more than 10,000 family, more than 10,000 people, parents and the individuals, boys and girls, and they think that this is going to ruin their family and their family pride. And there's a problem in our brought up. Immediately they check themselves that there's a problem in our brought up. That is the reason my child really started loving somebody. And they learned these qualities only from their friends. And also we have given everything what they were asked. I think that might really made them, or that might spoil these people. This is how the majority of the parents, not all, but we can say the majority of the parents of the post-millennial parents started thinking, and they feel terrible. They abuse themselves for not recognizing, for giving everything what they wanted. They're brought up, their parenting is absolutely wrong, and these kind of self-blame they enter into that. Then how this post-millennial will think about it? They think it is amazing. It happens because we have made for each other. Our relationship is destiny. Nobody can stop it. And the relationship is ultimate, and nobody can understand it. And they see that this guy is really born for me, just born for me. That is the reason, our thoughts, our ideology, our interest, our movements, our gestures, our behavior, everything is in sync. Without telling anything, the other person can understand what I'm going through. They can definitely make out what I'm feeling. They definitely can come and give a hand to support me, for which I am really longing and for which I am really suffering. But they can easily make out and understand. And they understand my silence. They understand my smile. They understand my style of smiling. Everything that person made it. And that's amazing feeling. And we will really searching, waiting for it. And it happened now. Then that's really a great thing happened in their life. I've been thinking for so many days, till my 15 and 16 years, I thought nobody come and propose me. I thought that my life, my teenage will goes off. Nothing is really music in my life. But fine morning, I got this. This is the majority of the teenagers, they feel, or young people feel when they really get into this. Never and got this great feeling of everything earlier. This is another opinion they share, shared by thousands of kids with me. And also I've read so many research results about the teenage love. Then how our media, especially in India, I really don't know about other medias, they think that best news subject to make very, very important. And Valentine's Day, today, I failed to watch the television from morning to evening. I was very busy. But majority times when I watched in the earlier years, they try to find out a couple somewhere, and they drag them into the channels, or they go and ask their opinion. See, you're spending time in the park with your parents, you see what does it mean, what they think, and what is your opinion on this. These kind of questions they try to raise. And if they belong to the popular rich family, and also to raise their TRP rates, and they can also make them sit in the channel, and they keep talking about it, something really goes wrong between the people. So this is how the media looks at the love. Then how psychologists see, and what is the psychologist scientist will see. See, psychologists see that this is given by Sternberg, this principle. First, we started with the Herdeg's principle. They say that there's a unmet psychological needs are there. They will be trying to attract each other to fulfill these psychological needs. But whereas Sternberg says, this we call it as Sternberg triangle theory. As per him, he says that passion, intimacy, commitment. If the two people, they are in the same level of passion, intimacy, commitment, then only we can claim that it is a love. Then these intimacy, passion, commitment, if you can see this triangle, if passion and intimacy both are there, then we'll say that this is only romantic love. If the intimacy and commitment is there, then we can call it a companionate love. When passion and commitment is there, then we call it a fatuous love. And if these three are combined, then only we call it as a consummate love. This is how the Sternberg process his theory. and also it proposed 20 years back, and it's still there is some additions are existing, and they have been talking about this. And only intimacy is there, we call it as a just liking. Only passion is there, it is only just infatuation. Only commitment is there, it is empty love, because there is no passion and there's no intimacy also. Only commitment is there, that I need to be with this girl or boy, I will be there. Whether they give the love, or when they are really try to what do you call experience the love or not, that doesn't matter. So these are the 6 varieties of love is proposed by the Sternberg, and this till now this is the most popular love, basically goes across the people, and they use this tool to measure the love between the two people. And what is the exactly what do you call the steps? And before entering into the love, the steps which is considered by somewhere they meet accidentally, they do each other, then they get attracted, they talk to each other, then immediately they ask for the exchange of phone numbers, or Insta ID, or FB ID, or email ID. So these are the conversation. Then next, then with the WhatsApp and call, they start with the good morning messages. Then it continues for a week, 10 days. Then slowly they ask for some meetings, or the coffee, or go to a movie, or watch a cricket match, anything they try to consider it. They exchange their opinions, and also then they continuously going with the chatting on the WhatsApp or Insta, and then they plan for movies. Then the exchange of appreciation of the parents, and start feeling they are in love. Sorry to interrupt, there's a noise, so I just mute them. Then exchange of operational qualities, start feeling they are in love. Then later part, they say that I love you. See, these are the steps. Generally, it happens between the boy and girl of any age. This is the dynamics of the falling in love to say I love you. So when nobody knows whether really they are in love, or this is love or not, but they immediately, we have been conditions as we are growing, then immediately they say that I love you is the most wanted sentence. Both the people try to wait to listen for longer times and longer hours. They're longing for it. Then there are 4 types of lovers are there. Once they become lovers, then we should know what type of lovers they are. A secure lover, anxious lover, avoidant lover, disorganized lover. These are the 4 types of the lovers generally love whenever the 2 people get into a relationship. XY, if you consider, XY can be secure lovers, anxious, XY can be anxious lovers, avoidant lover may be XY, disorganized lover may be XY, but sometimes X is secure lover, or Y may be anxious lover, or X may be secure lover, Y may be avoidant lover, or sometimes Y may be disorganized lover. Like this permutation combination will exist. But whenever the couple, the boy and girl who continues their relationship for a longer time, some of the people, they really in between they break up. It because of what? They claim that they have a lot of disturbances, a lot of conflicts exist. But actually, the reason is that this nature of their attachment with their primary caregiver will decide the attachment with the couple with which they want to continue their life. This is the basic secret between people to continue their relationship or not. I just browse because, yeah. Generally, relationships are, as we said, that the steps lead to love you. There are 7 steps, 8 steps are there. In the 7, 8 steps, the total process can be explained. This is a ABCDT principle. This is given by Levenger. So the Levenger says that A for acquaintance means the boy and girl meet in some functions or college fest or some college meetings or seminars, or some other way, some situation happens, they meet and they develop the acquaintance. Then slowly what happens when they really show interest in each other, if they find some commonality, some interesting, maybe beauty, maybe style, maybe qualification, maybe performance, anything can create the acquaintance. First of all, the greatest acquaintance is that opposite sex, a boy and girl attraction is a very, very common thing. That is a most powerful attraction between the boy and girl. That is a genetical code that is created by the nature. So nobody can really go beyond it. And the B is the build the relationship. So once they got the acquaintance, then they start feeling that we should build the relationship. Then next is how they build, by messaging, by wishing, and accidental meetings. Some people will plan it and make it give a bill that it is accidental meeting. Then they continue the relationship. They appreciate, they give some gifts, and they find out their interest and try to give environment in their choice. Then if the relationship continuing is continuous and everybody feels enjoying the relationship without any hesitation, without any disturbances, and then they continue. Otherwise, then slowly the phone conversations decreases, people will stop responding, the messages will lying out, and but they never give any kind of response for it, and then that will be slowly it lead to the deterioration of the relationship. That is D. Then deterioration means they don't talk, even they meet also they can't show any much interest to talk. Then slowly it enter to the termination of the relationship. This is how majority of the relationships are going to die. Very out of 100 case studies, if you can see, 90% of the relationships will slowly fade off, will be terminated as time proceeds for various reasons. It may be psychological, it may be physical, it can be sociological, it may be personal, it can be family, it can be illness, it can be shifting places, it can be many reasons, but it ends the relationship will be terminated. Then why people fall in love? See, some of the reasons are, some of the people cannot stay alone, so they always want some emotional support. This emotional support, what they expected in the family could not get it, then keep searching for the emotional support, or to adjust themselves with their personal deficiencies. Some of them have their personal deficiencies, like they can't really go out with individually, and they want to find someone who can lean upon. And also there's some of the people that have the inadequate personalities, and there's some of the people that have the identity crisis, and for some sexual gratification and some need gratification, for peer acceptance. These days everybody want boyfriend girlfriend as a status, and generally they feel that there's some peer acceptance will be there. Otherwise people may feel that I am outdated personality, I belongs to not a post millennial, but I belongs to only a generation of 1960s and 1970s. So to get the endorsement, to get the support system from the peer, they also entering into the relationship. For example, a 10 group people are there, 8 people are having relationship. If the 2 people are not having relationship, these 8 people try to arrange the girl or boy to have relationship with them, so that all 10 people can have this unison in understanding about the relationship. Or to show the people that around they are very fast enough. Sometimes some of the people are copying to the movies. Some they believe that love can only bring great joy and happiness in the life. And also sometimes they feel that same type of personalities being together will make them feel very happy. Okay, this is already 34 minutes are showing. I'll take another 5 minutes and I'll stop it. Then you can raise me the questions. Experience of the teenager. Why are you in love? If I ask the girls say that I got more gifts from my friend. I love the chocolates. I got more chocolates. He speaks so sweet. Talks make me to get attracted towards him. He always pronounces me as babe. That is a fantastic word. I would like to listen from boys. And he cares me a lot. He speaks to me well. He's a good person. The kind of fondling he does whenever we meet, that really makes me feel terrible and also feel happy and also crazy for him. These are the things. Today itself, just I had one client, and she wanted to actually come out of their relationship, though she loves him, but she wanted to come out for various reasons. Then I asked the boys also. Boy says that she's an awesome girl. She can understand me so well. Without telling anything, also she can tell me about me, that what I'm going through. Nice words about the family. I thought she knows about the family more. So she's fine, as parents said the same. When I get angry, you should support me. I have a lot of angry issues, but whenever I got angry, and she's always very, very supportive. He never makes me irritate me, and it makes me feel happy. and she talks about her family, they understood that she has more family values. So if she is in my life, I think that my family also accept her and make my life more comfortable. My family also keep on telling the same thing. Any girl comes to a house, the girl has to understand the family. So with her words, with her sentence, I realized, I understand that she can really know and understand about the this relationship. This is how the boys and girls response exist. Then why teenage love and decisions are not considered? This is the $1 trillion questions, because biologically we can claim that every human being, when you become adult, they get the ability to assess and understand what is real, what is virtual, what is rational, what is practical, what is scientific. But till 23, 24 years of age group, no human will be able to take rational decisions, majority of them, right? Because this PFC, here PFC, prefrontal cortex, we say, this prefrontal cortex is under construction till 24, 25 years of age. So because this is the area only help you to take a rational and practical decision. So in that age, it is under construction, it's not fully developed. So the whatever decision you take, it directly goes to the amygdala of the brain, and that is absolutely deals with only emotions. That is the reason till 23, 24, the science says that, psychology research says that they're all till immature and their formative age. And after 24, 25, whatever the traits they, whatever the qualities they carry, they may change after 25, because after forming the complete prefrontal cortex and they become very mature, rational, scientific, realistic. That is the reason at the teenage age, anything they do it, generally people have a tendency to stop it, tendency to not accept this. So after 25, that is the reason why people, psychologists suggest that you should go for marriage only after 25. This is the reason behind it. It is not just only for making money. It's not just because you finish your studies. It is not just because you will be called as the adult. It is not that. That is the biological reason is that the prefrontal cortex is completely formed by the age of 24. Then 25 years onwards, you will have a better relationship, better understanding. These are the basic reasons which teenage love and why people will fall in love, and the experience of the girl and boy, and how the world see the love between the teenagers. So I'll stop it because it's already 9:38. I took 38 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes more. Now we'll spend some time in clearing your doubts. Anybody, any questions are there? There is one response from the group. They said, what is gratification? Gratification means, it is a simple meaning. You see, I have a feeling that I want to eat chicken biryani. So if you give a chicken biryani, I eat. So I'm gratified. My satisfaction level. When you reach your satisfaction, we will say that is a gratification. So gratifications are many times, many methods, many types are there. So I request the people to post your questions in the chat box, please. Or if you want to ask me, you can mute yourself and ask. Hello, participants.
Sir, Anuradha here.
Tell me.
Yeah,
Hi, Anuradha garu. How are you?
actually, you have told all what teenage go through. Fine, fine. Actually, I joined with my daughter's name, Pragna.
Oh, hi, Pragna.
So, what happened is,
Anuradha garu,
now
I'm
what
sorry.
my
Your
question
voice is
is,
not really reaching me. It is breaking.
okay, now that you told how
You can, please,
teenagers go
can
through
you
and
post your
feelings they'll
question?
have, you have told. But, okay.
Can you post it on in the chat box, please? There's another question there from the participant. Everyone fall in love in teenage. See, fall in love, it varies, but everybody gets the attraction towards the opposite sex. See, the sexual arousal, sexual attraction is very, very common. But unfortunately, majority of the people who have the sexual arousal towards somebody, they think that it is love. That is a major crux of the conflict in the love relationships. So the love relationship, as I told you, that majority of the people who claim to be love, that as per the Stenberg theory, the two people must have the intimacy, passion, and commitment. These three elements exist between the two people. If these three elements between the two people to need to develop, that will be definitely takes a lot of time. So at least 7-8 years it takes to establish kind of communication. That is the reason we need to understand that everyone may not fall in love, but everyone feels the sexual arousal. That is very genetical, normal. If somebody experiences arousal and sexual experiences, that is very common. That is healthy. If somebody is not experiencing, somebody is not getting any arousal, somebody is not feeling any sexual about somebody, means definitely we should understand that there is some problem in the physiology. There's one response. As a parent, how we make sure that the child picks a right person, how to direct them properly, what was a parent should do in such cases. See, first of all, I suggest to all the parents that let the children share and talk about their experiences with the opposite sex. The environment need to be created such that if they fall in love with somebody, let them come and talk to the parent. And the parents also need to be very educative, very open, and also need to be very rational in understanding. The girl or boy should come and talk about their relationship with the parent. Then people may not fall in the wrong hands. Otherwise, if the parents are very strict, very conventional, very strict about their discipline and rules and regulations, then definitely they fall in love, but they don't come and tell the parent. It can be, father or mother, but one person need to be very accessible to them, at least to listen. With an open mind, if they listen, then automatically they definitely choose the right person. Because while having conversation, while talking, the children definitely understand that this relationship is good, this relationship is not bad. And nobody really wants to ruin their life, definitely. But if things are not really good at our place, then definitely this is going to become very bad experience for them. Another 2 minutes I will be online. It's 9:43. Any other question, please? Yeah, nobody asked questions, so I just share my experience and then I'll close it. The majority of the people, what they do is love should make other person to know. It means if you have a best friendship, it will really take at least 7-8 years to know that, to experience and to be part of the majority number of the transactions which happen in their life, so that they can understand the other person's 360 degrees. Then they evolve from the friendship to the love. But in general, in society, what is happening? First, they get attracted, then they think that this is love and they propose. Then they move very closely. Then they get to know each other. Then later part of the life, after 1-2 years, they realize that this person is not the right person for me. So I need to get out. So they really don't know how to get out of that. So this is also a major important role they need to learn. Skill also they should know. They should have a conversation. They should tell them. And if something is going wrong, it is their responsibility that they should go and take the help of the parent. See, there are a number of cases are like this. One parent came here and started talking to me about that their child is suffering some, I don't know, and she's not sleeping every day. Throughout the day, she's crying. So they came to me with the girl child. Then I had a discussion. Then I told that what is the reason? Your age child is suffering and crying every day. Maybe 2 reasons. One is that definitely you are in the relationship. I might have abusing. Second is that you might be not really coping with the education of what you are continuing. You are continuing going through the guilt. She said, yes, first one. Then we had a discussion. Then she started telling that, I was in relation for the 2 years, but now I don't like that person. That person become a little abusive. but I'm trying to convince him to come out of that, but that fellow is denying what I need to do. Then I said, when you're really trying and still you wanted to continue, she said, no, then how you are going to come out? I want to convince, I want to talk to him regularly. I said, no, this is not the time, because already you tried, it's not working out. Then share with the parents. She said, no, parents, oh, they really kill me. No, I don't want to talk. I said, I'm here, let me explain the situation to your parents. Then I asked your parents, then I'll call you inside. Then you can talk to your parents in my presence. So with a great pursuing issue, she agreed. Then I shared the same thing with the parents. Parents said, no, is it so? Oh, we also got a lot of this experience when I was young. It's okay, it's okay. Now she wanted to come out. I said, yes. Then definitely we'll help her. You ask her. Then we called her, came to the chamber. The father, for him, she was really feeling terrible. But the father said, no, beta, I'm high, aapke liye. Parents hai na? How can you expect that I don't help you? I'll help you. Don't worry. Now you are not interested, right? He said, yes, she said. Then immediately we, planned a program. Then the father went to the parents' house and they spoke, and the boy also got and convinced. I said, sorry, uncle, next time I don't want to do anything. Please, tell her that I did something wrong. Then the confession over and everything is happy. And next day onwards, the girl will be full life. She got it, and with more happy face, and started going to the college. So this is how things are, with the kids' mind. Definitely, we need to help them out when this kind of situation happens. One response, good evening, sir. It is very nice to have, sir. Can we as parents identify the children when they fall in love? Correct me if I am wrong, sir. No. See, majority of the parents, especially mothers, will identify. In these years of experience, mothers definitely identify that there is some variation, deviation in the behavior pattern. Then definitely you can identify. At the time, don't become too, what do you call, will say in the jasusi, they become very move towards them suspiciously, keep checking the bags, keep checking the mobile. Not that. Create an environment where she can openly come and talk to you. Then they definitely come. When you are really very open, very friendly, don't create environment, threatening environment. Definitely they come forward and they try to share with you. Nothing wrong in asking that question. Narendra ji, please ask your question, please. Narendra, you raised your hand and you want to ask question. Please ask me. Unmute and ask. Yeah, I'm not getting your voice. So this is this is how we need to understand. There's another response. Why long time love ends in your opinion, sir? Long time love. Long time love, no. I don't think the long time love will end. The relationships which have conflicts, and also they pretend to be in the love, then the long distance will separate them. Long distance will kill their emotions. Long distance can fade out their emotion connectivity. Long distance and long time loves will exist, but only thing is there will be a proper nurturing the relationship exist. It is like this. Let's suppose you planted a rose plant. To survive for longer time, what you need to do? We need to add water regularly to that plant. Then only it blossoms. Or if something is going wrong, we should add pesticides also. Then it must be protected properly. So similar way, the relationship also need to be nurtured properly, and also need to add oxygen to that, and also need to be recognized, respected. Then the relationships will be protected and maintain the long-term relationships can be stay for longer. Only attractions will fade off, but people will be under the impression that they are in love. Actually, they are in attraction, but they think that is love. But any attraction, sexual attraction, any attraction, the time frame measured by the world psychologists, that it stays only between 3 months to 18 months. So that is the reason the love need to be tested. Any attraction exists, they definitely fade off between the 3 months, minimum to 3 months to 18 months. Within these months, the attraction will definitely disappear. Once if it really disappears, understand that it is not love, it is absolutely an attraction. This is a scientific study. So I thank everybody for being here. It is already 9:50. For any queries, really you are interested to know more about this, or you wanted to talk anything regarding this issue, I'll share my what do you call, I'll share my email ID, my name. You can also number also I'll give. You can definitely. My number 944003729 and my website address is younme.co, and also my email ID gmail.com. So these are my reaching positions. My phone number also have WhatsApp, and also we are trying to. I request all the participants to be in the group as it is for a few days, because I wanted to do one. Today we discussed about the why people fall in love. Next session we'll talk about the why people fall out love. Then, if possible, we also talk about the rejected love, why people become very aggressive, why people resort to the killing, resort to the suicides, how one can save themselves from this rejection. These things I would like to discuss about it. And third session, from the rejection, how to one can come out of this. Rejection always makes the people to go to depression, become anxious, become suicidal, or kill other persons. How one can come out of that feelings? You experience that feelings, but how to come out of it? That also we can discuss. That is the reason we made it a group. And any of your friends are there, please encourage them to join, so that we can really spread this message. And all these sessions which we are doing on this webinar are absolutely free, and we can reach us through this WhatsApp number and website and this mail ID. So thank you very much for coming here and having my sessions and giving the good presentation, and send your feedback on this WhatsApp number. I feel very happy for your presence. Thank you very much, and take care, and happy Valentine's Day for the people who believe that the Valentine's Day is for the lovers, Valentine's Day for the people who are in love.